Hello and welcome back to Dean's Tech Dives. This is a new series we're starting where I'll be giving my opinion on various bits of tech, mainly related around news, but also you can ask questions in the comments and I will give my opinion on them in a video. So it's a way that we can sort of have this conversation and you can find out what my opinion is on things. So before we jump into today's video, please remind leave a comment about anything you liked, anything you didn't like. If you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a like. Also, please subscribe to the channel. That way I know if what I am producing is working, if it's not, where I can improve. And the subscribers just helps show that growth a little bit better. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the new Microsoft Surface Pro 7 Plus that was literally announced yesterday. So Microsoft has done something which is both good and absolutely horrible. So to start with, the new Surface Pro 7 Plus is a expanded version of the Surface Pro 7. It features the latest 11th generation Intel processors, a bigger battery. On the main features, a removable SSD. You can now actually replace it, which kind of goes back to giving us the repairability that we've all wanted for so long, especially on these Surface devices. I own a Surface RT2, and the issue is the battery has died, it no longer holds any charge, but you can't just repair it. You have to literally take the screen down and do so much work to get inside, which is okay if you're technically minded. I am actually doing that later on as a video on this channel. So stick around if you'd like to watch that. That's coming up probably in the next couple of months or so. And being able to just replace that, because if the hard drive fails, or in this case obviously the SSD, that will completely cripple the system. With the fact you can replace it means you can now use to service it. And they're also bringing back LTE connectivity, which is obviously mobile data, which means you can now use it anywhere and be connected to the internet. This is something they did have back, I think it was quite a few years ago now, I think it's about 2015, and it has now only just come back. Now, everything here sounds quite positive. I'm going through the announcement at the moment, and it starts off with an Intel Core i3, ending with obviously the i7, so they have the full range i3, i5, and i7. The only model you can get the LTE on is going to be the i5, which the price of that starts at $1,149. Now, unfortunately, because of how the announcement's done, we only currently have the US prices. The base Core i3 model ships with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. But don't forget you can now upgrade that thanks to the removable SSD, and that goes for $899. Although to be honest, being Microsoft, is probably going to be a one-to-one conversion rate. And the top Core i7 model comes in at $2,799, which is an insane amount of money for a tablet. Let's be serious for a minute. Whilst they are nice devices and I love having one, I love using it, they are not replacement computers. You cannot do half the stuff you want to do with a computer on one of these devices. Now, the i7 option can be configured with up to 32 GB of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of SSD storage, which will probably push it well over the $3,000 mark. And Microsoft is now promising up to 15 hours of battery life. That is starting to get really, really good. Now, everything I've been through this so far, it sounds like such a good experience. They're keeping the same form factor, and the connectivity, so you don't have to worry about changing what you already have. Apple, we're looking at you. So it's really good for the fact that you can swap it out with the one you've already got. Although if you are a consumer like myself and like pretty much 99% of people that watch this video, you can't actually buy the Surface Pro 7 Plus because Microsoft, in their infinite wisdom, have limited it. So the only people that are allowed to buy the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 Plus, that name just keeps getting longer, is businesses and schools, which means the only people that are on the latest Surface Pro tablet that get access to the LTE and the removable SSD are businesses. So Microsoft are now separating consumers and businesses and giving the best features to businesses, which, although I kind of understand businesses, sometimes they need a little bit extra, which is why obviously the Xeon processors exist, the server grade equipment exists. But why limit it on something like the Surface Pro, which, although catered towards professionals, is used by so many consumers and quite a lot of students as well. So their reasoning behind it just, they haven't actually told us why, but I just don't understand why they've decided to lock it off so only businesses and schools can get the latest tech. That would be like Intel saying they're releasing brand new i7 processors which have all these features that everyone has asked for years, and then saying, but we will only sell this processor to businesses. That just wouldn't work as a model for any other company. And if Microsoft are going to continue like this, I can really, really see other companies will soon be stepping in, producing much better Surface equivalents, which will have that removable SSD, it will have the LTE option, and they will sell it to consumers. And Microsoft could see a big slash in their money because they're trying to focus on businesses now. So, I mean, that is pretty much all the information we have at the moment. Now, one of the main things they have said is to put in the removable SSD required them to basically flip everything inside the Surface completely around, so they had to redesign it. And they also updated the thermal design model so that they could fit in and at the same time create more space for a larger battery, which all sounds perfect apart from the fact that we can't buy it. Which also means if you see any reviews, so if people like Linus Tech Tips get a Surface Pro 7 Plus, they are giving it to YouTubers in that case, showing off their great hardware that you can't even buy yourself, even if you have the money and you wanted to. Now, at least with Apple, for example, with their Mac Pro line, whilst to get the best costs an absolute insane fortune, at least if you have the money, you can buy it. At least they haven't locked it off to only a small demographic like what Microsoft now have done. So that is our little rant over for today. Please leave a comment below with your opinion on it. Is this something that you think Microsoft has done well? Is this something that, like me, you believe that Microsoft has really shot themselves in the foot with? And let's have a little bit of a conversation about this, because I really think that for a lot of people that aren't going through a lot of these tech news articles on a daily basis like I do, I have RSS feeds and it scrapes through all of these news sites and I get a list of all of these articles, and I can then go through and pick out ones we're going to be talking about. Obviously, if you have something you would like me to talk about as well, leave a comment below with either a link to an article, or please, you can also just put, please talk about the RTX 30 series, the Intel 11th generation processors, and we can go from there. You can also tweet me. My Twitter will be appearing on the screen now, and it will also be in the description. By the way, I'm going to get on out of here, edit this video. So again, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to change about the format. I'm hoping you're also liking the audio quality thanks to our brand new microphone. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.